Big U, his son, Baby Yui, or Big Ui, right? He was assassinated last night on Halloween out there in LA. The city of Los Angeles was left trembling in disbelief when news broke that Big U's son, Jabari Henley, known to many as Baby Way, had been brutally gunned down on Halloween night. What was supposed to be a night of candy and costumes instantly turned into chaos and heartbreak. But what happened after the shooting? That's when things spiraled out of control. Nipsey's crew didn't waste a second. They started mocking Big U's loss online, sparking a digital war that lit the entire city on fire. Halloween in South Central was supposed to be peaceful, kids running around in costumes, neighbors passing out candy, music bumping from every block, but instead the night turned into something out of a nightmare. Gunshots shattered the celebration, and within minutes the word spread across Crenshaw, Watts, and Compton. Jabari was gone. And this wasn't just another street headline. It was a direct hit to one of the most respected figures in LA's hip-hop history. The tragedy sent ripples through every corner of the culture, from rappers who grew up under Big U's wing to those who had fallen out with him over the years. Everyone had something to say. Old beefs suddenly resurfaced, and the streets started whispering that this might not have been random at all. People began connecting dots, digging up old tensions, and calling out names. The whole situation started to feel like a storm that had been building since 2019, and now it had finally exploded. But what truly shocked everyone wasn't just the shooting. It was the heartless reactions that followed. Instead of condolences, social media became a battlefield. People who once smiled in Big U's face started reposting subliminal messages, laughing emojis, and cold-hearted memes. It was brutal. The disrespect ran deep, and fans couldn't believe how fast the internet turned into a war zone. It wasn't about street codes anymore. It was about humiliation, attention, and going viral at someone's lowest moment. At exactly 11:11 p.m. on Halloween night, October 31st, 2025, the peace in South Los Angeles shattered with the sound of gunfire. LAPD officers from the 77th Street Division rushed toward the corner of South Figueroa and West 69th Street after reports of multiple shots fired. I want to talk about, Big U. His son was assassinated last night out there in LA. Absolutely nasty work, man. Again, Big U, his son, Baby Yui, or Big Ui, right? He was assassinated last night on Halloween out there in LA. And what they found there would soon dominate headlines across the nation. This wasn't just another night in South Central. This was a moment that froze the entire city in shock. If you know the Vermont Slauson section of South LA, then you already know how tense it can get out there. The blocks stay hot, the looks stay mean, and every corner has history tied to it. That area has been active for decades with energy that never cools down. And right in the middle of it all sat this little smoke shop, Fig and 69 Smoke Spot. It looked like any regular local business, tucked between a liquor store and an old body shop, but it was sitting deep in Roland 60 Crip territory, a zone where every wrong move could mean danger. Now, word on the street says the shop itself wasn't tied to any gang. It just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But that didn't stop the streets from talking. Witnesses described what went down like something out of an action movie. Except this wasn't Hollywood. This was real life. A couple of customers were just leaving the store, and a food truck vendor nearby was serving late-night tacos when it all unfolded. They told police they saw a dark-colored sedan, maybe a Toyota Camry or Honda Accord, slowly roll up to the curb. The tension in the air was thick. Standing nearby was Jabari, Baby Way Henley, tall and built solid at 6 feet 1 inch, around 210 pounds, calm but alert as he stepped toward the car. Witnesses say Jabari leaned down talking through the passenger side window, and for a few seconds, everything looked normal, like he was just having a quick conversation. But then it all went bad fast. Within seconds, the calm shattered. Muffled voices turned into chaos, and then pop pop. The sound of gunfire echoed down the block, and people scattered in every direction. The way it all went down made one thing crystal clear. This wasn't some random robbery gone wrong. The whole hit was clean, fast, and cold, like it had been planned to the second. Before anyone could even register what was happening, the block exploded with that bone-chilling pop-pop, the kind of sound that makes everybody drop flat and pray the next bullet doesn't have their name on it. According to investigators, what unfolded that night was nothing short of an execution-style ambush. I mean, it is what it is as far as this is how the streets go. But baby Yui, I ain't going to hold you. Solid dude. Like as young as he was, if you actually met him, he actually seemed way older. Kel was solid. Like straight solid dude. Now, some of y'all be, well, he was in the street. He didn't operate like that. He wasn't operating out here like no goofy. Let me just flat out put that out there. They later confirmed the shooters fired at least 7 rounds, possibly more, from what's believed to be a semi-automatic handgun. Shell casings recovered from the scene pointed toward either a 9mm or a .40 caliber, both weapons favored in the streets for their precision and quick fire. The shooter wasn't shooting wild. They knew exactly what they were doing. When the smoke cleared, Jabari, Baby Yue, Henley had taken multiple hits, 2 straight to the torso, 1 tearing into his upper chest, another striking his stomach, plus bullets in his left arm and thigh. Witnesses said he collapsed near the entrance of the smoke shop, clutching his side as the dark sedan sped off northbound on Figueroa before making a sharp right on 68th Street and vanishing into the darkness like a ghost. Sirens filled the night almost instantly. LAFD Station 46 arrived within minutes. 11:14 p.m., lights flashing, medics jumping out with gear in hand. But sometimes, no matter how fast they come, time just runs out. Paramedics found Jabari barely breathing. That painful gasp known as agonal breathing, the body's last fight to hold on. Blood covered the sidewalk. The scene was heartbreaking. They immediately went to work. CPR, chest compressions, for lines, adrenaline injections, everything. They fought to bring him back for nearly 15 minutes, refusing to give up even as his pulse faded. But by 11:28 p.m., the heart monitor flatlined. Jabari, Baby Yue, Henley was pronounced dead at the scene. Just 14 minutes after help arrived, one of LA's young sons was gone forever. They killed Nip, too. Let's not forget, homie. They killed Nipsey Hussle. Eric Holder was not a lone actor in that. If you go back and follow the details, Nip and Big U got into it. Big U hit Nip Daddy across the head with a bat. His brother had to come out and shoot the gun. Hey y'all, get off. Say, Nip, come on. We fixin' to come beat you because I don't want to pay that $20,000. The next morning, November 1st, the LA County Coroner's Office opened an official case and began the autopsy. The report confirmed what everyone already feared: multiple gunshot wounds to the chest and abdomen. Cause of death: homicide. The streets were left in silence, heavy with grief and questions no one could answer.